Really looking forward to the possibilities of this team from this point forward.
And W&J, you mentioned them, how well they had gone up against Thomas More this season in terms of giving them quite a battle a couple of occasions. And today holding their own in the early portion before the 11-0 run we were talking about. It's now the Thomas More team going to celebrate with the student body here at the Connor Convocation Center. And that'll be temporary as it's time to cut down the net here very shortly. And for the W&J presidents, another 20-win season. Talked with Gina DeRubo, and she said really that's kind of the standard for them. They always talk about 20-win seasons. They were able to get to that point again, 20 and 8 after the loss today. We'll see what may be in store for the W&J presidents, perhaps an ECAC bid. You get to 20 wins, you like to think that you have the credentials to get there. And so W&J, another productive year under Gina DeRubo, another 20-win season, and to show you how consistent they have been, this is now the 10th year of the last 12 seasons. 10 of the last 12 seasons, the presidents have reached 20 or more victories. And PAC Commissioner Joan Derko at mid-court, ready to hand out the PAC trophy to the Thomas More Saints. And Thomas More, as you said, Justin, what more can you say about the Thomas More Saints? The third-ranked team in the nation. Big smiles on the faces of Katie Kitchen and Devin Beasley, both seniors, both overcoming ACL injuries to win a championship yet again this year. Katie Kitchen, who was planning on calling it a career, comes back this season, had one more year of eligibility, comes back and playing better than ever, along with the talented transfer from the University of Florida, Sydney Moss. Perhaps the final piece of the puzzle. Well, certainly the final piece in what is the 8th straight conference title team, but they hope for even more than that, as Devin Beasley always has told us in our interviews with her. She says PAC first, but obviously a national championship is the overall goal, and this is a team that more than has the talent to get it done. Absolutely.
Now they play the waiting game until Monday afternoon to see where they go and who they go up against. Should be very interesting. And a couple of, looking at the national picture, a couple of the stronger teams around the area in this Great Lakes region, which Thomas More is a part of. With a player like Sydney Moss, with the leadership, veteran group, Devin Beasley at the point guard position. This is not a team with a whole lot of weaknesses, not many weaknesses at all, and you really, really like their chances going forward here. Again, this is a program that's not been past the Sweet 16. Some people looking around the country might think, well, this is just, another Thomas More team that has dominated the PAC. This is not your typical average, very good basketball program, Thomas More, but this is a team that has taken that very good and has moved it even past that. They are absolutely a contender for the national title this year.
And I think across the board, too, any other coach we've spoken with across the PAC, they all pretty much felt hands down this was the best team of the conference, but they are rooting for them on at this point to win it all, because they hold the banner right now, the President's Athletic Conference, so they want to see these Thomas More Saints get it done and bring home a national title for the PAC.
Absolutely. You talk to the coaches throughout the season, and they really, obviously want to beat the Saints. They want to give them their best shot. But now that the conference tournament's over, conference play is over, you're going to get, your biggest fans are going to be against, or are going to be coming from the schools that you play against. The coaches and players, they all want to see the Saints come away with some great, great national recognition.
From foes to rooters on, their conference rivals will become, and Katie Kitchen now taking down her portion of the net is Devin Beasley wearing hers as an earring, so it appears, as the excitement continues on here at Thomas More at the Connor Convocation Center. And Jenny Burgoyne next on the way up the ladder as the net cutting continues. And I think, as we've gone along during the course of this season, Justin, we've obviously seen every team in the conference, and this Thomas More Saints. We've been a part of the broadcast the past few seasons now as well, and we've seen Thomas More's championship teams, and there's no doubt that when Jeff Hand says this is his deepest team, he's most certainly telling the truth in that. And when many folks say that this is Thomas More's best team of the last handful, at least we can only speak to the last 3 now. But again, we have to completely agree. I mean, this is the team that has the shot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like I was talking about this, it'll be very interesting when the brackets come out. Who's on the same side, where they're going to be going. Possibilities vary. All over the board right now in terms of opponent and geography, direction. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Well, as the net cutting ceremony continues, Olivia Huber on her way up now. We'll pause for a quick break on the PAC Sports Network, and when we come back, we'll have a few more moments of the celebration, and if we can, hopefully a word with one of the Thomas More Saints if we can. So we'll take a break, and we'll come back here. Celebration time continues. The PAC champion, Thomas More Saints, celebrating another crown, their 8th in a row in the President's Athletic Conference. We'll be right back on the PAC Sports Network.
Affects the lives of over 29,000 people in Fayette, Washington, and Greene counties. Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living are people with and without disabilities working to meet those needs in the community. The success of Triple comes from the commitment of a dedicated board of directors, its members, and volunteers. To continue to improve services, Triple is renovating the historical YWCA building located at 42 West Maiden Street in Washington. This will allow for an assistive internet cafe, increased veteran services, and transportation and wellness to provide skills to help with independent living. Your help and feedback are appreciated, and if you seek assistance, we're here to help.
For 3 generations, Sharps Furniture has been proud to serve Southwestern PA with their brand of personal service. Being an authorized dealer for Lazy Boy, they are dedicated to providing the finest quality products made here in the US of A. Looking for custom upholstery? Sharps carries a large selection of upholstery to choose from, all made in America. And their friendly staff will deliver right to your front door. Sharps Furniture, your authorized Lazy Boy dealer. Family owned, family operated since 1917. Located just off I-70, exit 19B in Washington, PA.
Bankruptcy myths. Busted.
Bankruptcy is just another word for failure. It's for deadbeats.
The typical person filing for bankruptcy is 38, middle class, and educated. Over 90% of bankruptcies are traceable to job loss, illness, or divorce, factors largely out of anyone's control.
Myth. Busted. Bankruptcy myths. Busted. Brought to you by Foster Law Offices. Call today to schedule a free consultation and sleep better tonight.
When you are in need of fast, affordable, and professional voiceovers, contact TimeAd Productions. TimeAd Productions offers voice services for business presentations, documentary narrations, radio, television, imaging, and commercials, movie trailers, corporate phone systems, websites, audiobooks, and more. Visit or contact us online at www.timeadproductions.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crestview Hills, Kentucky. Celebration continues for the Thomas More Saints. Victors over the W&J Presidents in the Women's Basketball Championship in the President's Athletic Conference by an 80-58 final. And the net cutting ceremony continuing on here at the Connor Convocation Center. And Justin, as the celebration continues, we'll near an end to our broadcast here for this women's title game. But nonetheless, as we're speaking to, it's been quite a ride, and at least as far as the women's final, that has come to its conclusion now with this 80-58 victory for Thomas More. And, from the get-go, Thomas More considered the favorites, and they certainly came as advertised this season.
Absolutely, and the season, I think, without a PAC title, obviously today, they obviously would have still been in the NCAA tournament, but to keep the undefeated record intact, they keep the string of PAC titles intact. That's exactly what they wanted in terms of the goals they set before the season.
Well, that just about does it for broadcast number 1 here on the President's Athletic Conference Sports Network. The second game of our championship doubleheader will have the St. Vincent Bearcats, the reigning PAC champions, against the Thomas More Saints, the number 2 seed in the conference tournament. St. Vincent, the 3 seed this year. It's a rematch of last year's title game. Thomas More in the championship in men's play for the 3rd consecutive season. So hoping to finally get it done this year, hoping that this year that the 3rd time may be the charm. So again, men's action, the PAC championship, 7:30 tip-off on the PAC Sports Network. For the women's broadcast, we will bid you a pleasant good evening. Thomas More with an 80-58 win, the champions for an 8th consecutive season. For my partner Justin Piles, for our camera person Sarah Eichenberger, and for Kat Gein, our producer, again, we bid you a pleasant good evening on the PAC Sports Network.